Alaska turns 30. Tonight on the Discovery Channel, hail a taxi from a glacier and take flight with the Denali Flyers at 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific. Then investigate the wide variety of wildlife along Alaska's longest structure, a pipeline and animals at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. And join Steve Mahay's Whitewater Challenge and take on the rapids of Alaska's Devil's Canyon at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. All tonight, starting at 7:30 Eastern, only on the Discovery Channel. Come celebrate with the Discovery Channel. Big, bold, beautiful Alaska turns 30. Join us in a state of celebration on the Discovery Channel.
Coming up on Alaska's 30th anniversary celebration, a cable exclusive. Mount McKinley. The natives call it Denali, the tall one. 100-mile-an-hour winds buffet its face. Blizzards obscure its peaks year-round. It is in this daunting place that a handful of pilots have made daring a daily routine. Soar into beauty and danger. Take wing with the Denali Flyers.
90 air miles north of Anchorage, nestled in the lowlands at the foot of Mount McKinley, is the town of Talkeetna, the place where rivers meet. This tiny village is home base to 4 air taxi operators who service the needs of hundreds of climbers and sightseers who visit the mountain each year. Authorized by special permit from the National Park Service to operate within the boundaries of Denali National Park, these are the only air taxis in the world that land on glaciers as a daily routine. These air taxis are more than just a ride. The pilots and machines that make up this unique service are the last and the first contact climbers and adventurers have with the real world.
This is fine, except the crevasses are away.
Yeah, I know.
In 1981, Jim Ockeneck purchased K2 Aviation after retiring from a career in the Air Force. His interest in flying McKinley developed from his involvement in several air rescue missions on the mountain.
You bet.
Yeah, thank you.
Someone climb our mountain again.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
McKinley is the easiest and least expensive of all the major mountains to climb. The transportation is the key to that. You can fly to Anchorage from anywhere in the world in half a day and be on the mountain within 2 or 3 hours later. Directly from Anchorage International, if you like. From Talkeetna, round trip air service to the base of the mountain is only $220. Everywhere else, it's a major ordeal to get there. In Nepal, you gotta walk for 3-4 weeks, and you have to hire porters. You don't get to the mountain without hiring a whole raft of porters. There's permit requirements and waiting lists in a lot of the areas.
A unique relationship often develops between the men who fly Denali and their clients.
They can expect more than just transportation. They have learned to do so. They correspond with us for sometimes a year or 2 in advance, and they're full of questions. It's a trip of a lifetime, and it's kind of a mystery in most cases. So they're asking how to get here and what they need to bring, and we help them with all that. It can be bitter cold in the middle of the summer. And that cuts into people's ability to think and react and perform. That combined with the altitude make it extremely difficult. When I drop them off at the glacier, I try to remember to tell every one of them that the important thing is to get down safely. I think some of them lose sight of that in their determination to make the top, and that they can go out there and have an awfully nice time and a very rewarding experience without making the summit. And I go one step further. When I pick them up on the glacier, I don't immediately ask whether or not they made the summit. They have to, first of all, have a good time and a safe time. And I try to instill that into the people that are going, particularly if they're inexperienced here or in major mountains. I have people write back and tell me later or after acclimating to Talkeetna again, following a climb, they'll come around and tell me they thought of that often when they were on the mountain, that my remark that the objective is to get down. It can be a cruel, cruel place, and we lose a few people every year, and accidents will happen, but there's no need to, overextend yourself.
Flying people and freight to the upper slopes of Mount McKinley evolved into a commercial venture in the 1950s when Don Sheldon pioneered the way to high-altitude glacier landings. Advances in aircraft design and the use of strong, lightweight materials for airplane construction provided Sheldon with equipment that could survive repeated rough landings and takeoffs. These advances in technology and Sheldon's skill as a pilot allowed easy and safe access to the mountain for scientists, map makers, and adventurers. His flying career spanned 2 decades. After surviving several crashes and forced landings, he lost the battle with cancer on January 26, 1975. In 1956, Cliff Hudson began operating Hudson Air Service, hauling equipment, supplies, and passengers to and from the gold mines, trap lines, and homesteads that surround the Talkeetna area.
Well, I don't know.
The mountain became a natural stopping-off place as he made his daily runs. Hudson has more than 30 continuous years of flying experience on and around the mountain.
Well, at that time, there was only one air taxi operator really here. Well, there were two air services. Now we got about 5 air taxi operators up here, and people seem to want to climb it more than they used to. We also have a large influx of foreign people that come in here. Meet so many different people, different nationalities, characters. Some of them I'd rather not meet. You kind of got to handle everybody when you're in that type of business.
Yeah, really.
Well, Mother Nature itself will determine whether a person is going to make a climb up there or not. In the summertime, in winter, or any other time. I've seen moderate temperatures up to 20,000 feet up there before in the wintertime even, but sometimes you don't. As far as the boys, they, come into Talkeetna all hopped up and ready to go, and if we have, a couple days of bad weather, they go, why can't we fly? Why can't we fly? Let's get up there, and what's the weather like up there? I mean, 0, 0, you can't see nothing. We got good contact with the base camp up there, and anyhow, so pretty soon the weather will let up there. Sometimes you don't get through from this side up there, and they don't understand that, so they just want to get there right now. And I tell you what, they get up there, And it's the same way coming back. They get down to base camp. They just can't wait to get on that airplane and get back down out of there. Yeah, that's about the way 9/10 of them are.
At the 7,200-foot level on the Kahiltna Glacier, the 4 air taxi services have a joint base camp operation, run during the climbing season of mid-April to mid-July. The camp provides food, shelter, communications, and emergency gear for those who attempt the long climb to the top of McKinley.
What's that?
You gonna have room for all these boxes here, Ben?
I hope so.
They're not that heavy, they're just big.
Bulky, yeah. Okay. And,
Doug Geeting began flying when he was 14. He spent his early years as a flight instructor, performing aerobatics, towing banners, and working air shows. In 1975, Geeting settled in Talkeetna to begin a career of mountain flying.
the dangers of flying the mountain would be getting in over your head. I think getting in into places that without thinking in terms of whether I can get in and then get out of there because of the altitude of the glacier, because of the conditions of the glacier, with your airplane, with your crew. A lot of the places that do require a little bit of thinking are some of the glaciers that a climber may want to go into, do a first ascent on a mountain, and nobody's landed there before. So you have to go and speculate, look at the glacier, decide whether or not it's feasible to get in and get out of there. So getting in and over your head and not knowing your airplane, not knowing the conditions, the weather conditions, can result in accidents, and they have in the past.
Where no man has ever been. When we return.
Join the Discovery Channel in a state of celebration when Alaska turns 30.
In 1 week, I lost 7 pounds. 7 pounds.
The Slim Fast Pledge. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight. Each Slim Fast shake is a delicious, nutritious, low-calorie meal.
1 week and the weight was gone.
Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
This itchy rash needs special treatment. Maximum strength cortisone 5 with the medicine doctors recommend most gets under the itch for soothing relief and help in healing. See, the rash is gone. Use cortisone 5 with the medicine doctors recommend most.
Gardeners, if you love fresh-tasting vegetables and big, beautiful flowers, but think results like this take too much time and too much back-breaking work, here's great news. Introducing the affordable Troy-Bilt Junior, designed especially for smaller gardens. Just look at the time and work that Junior will save you. It's so easy to prepare perfect, ready-to-plant seed beds. Plus, working organic matter into your soil is a snap. Spot-till areas for beautiful flower gardens and borders. Why, you can even use the Junior to reseed your lawn or ring fruit trees. You'll be amazed at how much time and work the Junior will save you. So if you want to learn more about getting results like this, the fast, easy Troy-Bilt way, call now to receive your free Troy-Bilt catalog.
For your free catalog featuring the Junior and our whole line of Troy-Bilt tillers, including our no-money-down easy payment plan, call toll-free 1-800-453-3300. Operators are standing by. That's 1-800-453-3300. Call now.
In just 1 week, I lost enough weight to actually see the difference.
The Slim Fast Pledge. Give us a week. We'll take off the weight. Each Slim Fast shake is a delicious, nutritious, low-calorie meal.
1 week and the weight was gone.
Give us a week. We'll take off the weight.
This itchy rash needs special treatment. Maximum strength cortisone 5 with the medicine doctors recommend most gets under the itch for soothing relief and help in healing. See, the rash is gone. Use cortisone 5 with the medicine doctors recommend most.
This week on Beyond 2000, test drive a car that can go over 5,000 miles on a gallon of gas. Then visit WQCT in the heartland of America. It's the only solar-powered radio station in the world. All this and more as we go Beyond 2000. Thursday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, only on the Discovery Channel.
I can really rely on Aspir Cream.
Joan McKee suffers from minor muscle pain.
Rub it in here, rub it in good. Aspir Cream relieves pain fast. And it's odorless, so you won't smell like a medicine cabinet.
Aspir Cream, fast pain relief without aspirin or odor.
First, there were liquids, then tablets. Today, there's Tempo, a better way to get antacid relief. Better because it's soft and chewy, and just one Tempo has the antacid power of almost 2 of the leading tablets. Tempo, a better way to get antacid relief.
We now return to the Discovery Channel's Alaska Celebration.
The mountain is to me, it's been sort of like a living and breathing thing. It's been known to eat people. You know, it gobbles them up. It's windy, it's noisy, it's just very alive. And dealing with it on a daily basis, anybody would become very close to something like that. And it really captures your imagination of things too, with just its size, and there's just no other place in the world like it. I think that after a while, and after the time that you spend on the mountain, that you become more familiar with what the conditions are going to be throwing at you. You become more familiar with your landing areas, and you can work the mountain and work the weather a little bit more. I think if you tend to just pry into it a little bit, you know, stick your nose into it and see what it's going to dish out. It could also bite your nose off, and you have to know that very fine line of how far you can push it. And that's the challenge, is working that fine line, is walking that line of knowing of how much you can push your airplane or push your craft and push yourself to working in that environment.
At the 14,000-foot level of the mountain, a team of doctors staffs a high-altitude research facility where they study the combined effects of altitude and latitude on the human body.
McKinley traffic, 19 Victor is just over second shot. We're heading
Lowell Thomas Jr. lands his turbocharged Helio Courier at the camp regularly to deliver supplies and ferry down injured or sick climbers. Thomas bought Talkeetna Air Taxi from Roberta Shelton in 1980.
2218, Talkeetna Air Taxi, over.
Yeah, well, I think my plane is the optimum for up there right now. The Helio Courier was designed strictly for short field operations. It's one of the original STOL type planes, short takeoff and landing. It's got leading edge slats that automatically come out at slow speeds to give you a lot more lift. And it has an enormous flat span. It's almost full span of flats. And with a big load, I can still land at probably right around 40 miles an hour and land real short, and I can get out quicker than the other type aircraft just because it's got a bigger wing. It's got these high lift devices. Plus, with the turbocharger on the engine, I can develop full power right up to, actually, I can get up to 20,000 feet and still have my maximum permitted climb power.
Don Lee began his flying career in the Alaska bush as a hunting guide and air taxi pilot. In 1981, Lee gave up the wandering life and took a partnership in Talkeetna Air Taxi with Thomas.
Take a couple at a time.
The weather can change very rapidly. You have so many different forces working on the weather up there. You have this tremendous ice and snow, and the cold, the temperature, the snow, and the sun, evaporation. Then you have this warm inland air and the cold Arctic air all meeting in this one place. And when the dew point and the temperature can change within a few degrees, within an hour you can have a total change in weather. It can be totally, absolutely snowstorm, blizzard, turbulence, to within 2 hours be clear and sunny and calm.
I guess the first thing you look for when there are clouds is indications of where the wind's coming from and how strong it might be, so that you can figure out the downdrafts and whether or not we can get into the places where we're trying to go, like our base camp on the kilt or up on the roof. And you look for lenticular clouds that indicate high wind over the summit. And you can also just tell frequently where the wind is coming, how strong it is, by the way the clouds boil up over the ridges and then as they pour over the other side. It's just like a waterfall. And you have to learn to read all of those signs before you get in there and commit yourself. Basically, we're landing on the snow-covered parts of the glacier, never on the bare ice. And if there are no marks on the snow at all, there's just no detail, you can't tell where it is. And a whiteout situation is really very dangerous. So you look for visibility, and then of course you're looking to see where the crevasses are. They're covered by snow bridges many times, and that can be very dangerous, and you try to get a reading before you land as to where these bridges are and avoid them as best you can. And if you're landing on a glacier in a new area, and I really get a kick out of that, exploring some new part that's never been investigated before, you've got to try to figure out the grade, the slope, and all of those things before you land.
The challenge of flying McKinley is intensified by the knowledge that success is tied to ability and judgment. Meeting the challenge requires total commitment from the pilots who stake their reputations on their skills.
It's such a feeling of accomplishment when you can go in there and combine all your skills, everything you know, everything you've learned, you've lived from your mistakes, and you can go in and pull off a perfectly safe operation, bringing the people in and out, and do it safely and consistently.
But you have to be extremely careful. And I like to think if you really know what you're doing, and you know your limitations and the aircraft's limitations, that you can do it.
The Denali Flyers have chosen lives of high adventure and excitement. Their daily routines are filled with more splendor and danger than most people experience in a lifetime. What is it that keeps these pilots pushing the odds day after day, year after year?
It just gives you such an opportunity to meet so many different people and fly into such remote places and to deal with these people either in their, when they climb, they're so elated that they made the climb, they come back all sunburned and they're real happy, or maybe it was a real bad climb and the weather was really bad and they really had a bad time, or maybe even one of their party had been killed or something. And then you share this tremendous emotional time with these people as well.
If you need a set of plates, we can take some of this stuff. You only need one.
I like it for several reasons, almost more than I can tick off, I suppose. But first of all, I'm a climber myself, and I just love mountains. And I'm a skier, have skied all of my life, and I've been flying now for about 44 years, ever since World War II. And all of these elements come together for me in flying around on McKinley and Foraker and St. Elias and some of the others. It's a thrilling thing, it's an adventure, it's a real challenge. If you don't do things right, you can pay a hell of a big penalty.
I enjoy showing everybody the mountain. The climbers have a special appreciation for it, but the ordinary visitor and tourist, the McKinley is the #1 attraction in the state, and we have a wonderful clientele of appreciative customers. They tell us that a flight around the mountain, a landing on the glacier, is the highlight of their Alaska adventure. And it's fun to be a little part of that. That's what I like.
That's why I say it's almost every trip. It's different, you know, and it's hour to hour will change. That's what I enjoy. One of the things I really enjoy about it. It's not just like a job to me. I make X number of dollars per flight or whatever. I don't look at it necessarily that way. I look at it it's something I enjoy doing.
It's also a bit of a challenge in that respect for me, that I can work Mount McKinley and I can at least spend my time up there and try to establish just better procedures and in a manner to work at it. It's my adventure up there, I think. It's a way for me to at least to keep the nostalgia going and the fun of it all, you know, the fun of flying. I feel real fortunate, you know, to be able to fly up there.
Extending southward from Prudhoe Bay to the ice-free port of Valdez, the line would carry several gallons of crude a day. Alaska's pipeline crosses routes with animals on their seasonal migration. Next on the Discovery Channel.